The year is 1914. The Great War has just exploded across Europe. In America, a new weapon joins the fleet, the USS Texas. This isn't just a battleship, it's a statement. The Texas is a dreadnought, bristling with big guns and heavy armor. She is the second American ship to bear the name Texas. For over 3 decades, the Texas would sail the seas. She would fight in 2 world wars, supporting Allied landings. Her guns would fall silent after 1948. Today, the USS Texas rests near Houston, a floating museum. She stands as a testament to American engineering and the courage of her sailors. The keel of the USS Texas was laid down in 1911 at the Newport News Shipbuilding Company in Virginia. The shipyard echoed with the sounds of construction, the clang of hammers, the hiss of welding torches, the rumble of heavy machinery. America in the early 20th century was a nation on the rise, its industrial might growing, and the Texas was a symbol of that ambition. She was one of the first American battleships to feature a superimposed turret arrangement. This meant that some of her main gun turrets were placed higher on the ship, allowing them to fire over the turrets below. This increased the firepower she could bring to bear in a fight. On May 18, 1912, the Texas was launched, sliding gracefully into the waters of the James River. It was a moment of immense pride, the culmination of years of planning and labor. When the First World War erupted in Europe, the USS Texas was still a relatively new ship. Assigned to the Atlantic Fleet, she patrolled the waters off the American coast, guarding against the threat of German raiders. In 1916, the Texas steamed across the Atlantic, joining the British Grand Fleet in the North Sea. The North Sea was a cold, unforgiving place, and life aboard a battleship was harsh. The sailors of the Texas endured long hours, cramped quarters, and the ever-present danger of enemy attack. While the Texas did not participate in any major fleet actions during the war, she played a vital role in containing the German High Seas Fleet. Her presence, along with the rest of the American fleet, helped to tip the balance of naval power in favor of the Allies. The years between the world wars were a time of relative peace, but also a period of significant change for the USS Texas. The Washington Naval Treaty of 1922, an agreement aimed at preventing a naval arms race, placed limits on the size and armament of battleships. The Texas underwent a major modernization in the late 1920s. Her boilers were converted to oil firing, her anti-aircraft defenses were improved, and her superstructure was modified. These upgrades significantly enhanced her capabilities, keeping her relevant in a rapidly evolving naval world. During this time, the Texas served as a symbol of American diplomacy, carrying dignitaries and participating in naval exercises around the world. She was a familiar sight in ports across Europe and the Americas, a floating embassy representing American interests abroad. Section 5. The Long Second World War, from Atlantic patrols to Normandy. The outbreak of World War II in 1939 thrust the USS Texas back into the thick of battle. Her first task was patrolling the icy waters of the North Atlantic, protecting vital convoys bringing supplies to Great Britain. In 1942, the Texas provided gunfire support for Operation Torch, the Allied invasion of North Africa. Her big guns pounded enemy positions, helping to pave the way for the landings. But it was in June 1944 that the Texas would play her most iconic role, providing crucial fire support for the D-Day landings at Normandy. Positioned off Pointe du Hoc, the Texas unleashed a thunderous barrage against German fortifications. Her guns hammered enemy bunkers, artillery positions, and troop concentrations, softening up the beaches for the Allied assault. Section 6. A legacy of innovation: guns, armor, and radar. Throughout her long career, the USS Texas was at the forefront of naval technology. Her 14-inch guns, capable of hurling a 1,400-pound shell over 20 miles, were a marvel of engineering for their time. Her thick armor belt, made up of layers of steel, provided protection against enemy shells and torpedoes. The Texas was also one of the first American battleships to be equipped with radar, a revolutionary technology that allowed her to detect enemy ships and aircraft at long range. This radar proved invaluable during World War II, helping the Texas to evade enemy submarines and guide Allied aircraft. Her technological advancements, combined with the skill and courage of her crew, made the Texas a formidable opponent in battle. Section 7. Living history, the Texas finds her final home. After the end of World War II, the USS Texas, like many other battleships, was decommissioned. But unlike many of her sister ships, she was not destined for the scrapyard. In 1948, the Texas was donated to the state of Texas to serve as a permanent memorial. She was towed to the Houston Ship Channel and carefully moored near the San Jacinto battleground. Over the years, the Texas has undergone extensive restoration work to preserve her for future generations. Today, visitors can walk her decks, explore her engine rooms, and marvel at her massive guns. She is a living testament to American naval history, a tangible link to a bygone era. Section 8, an enduring symbol, the battleship's place in history. The USS Texas is more than just a museum ship. She is an enduring symbol of American power and resilience. Her story highlights the pivotal role of technology in history. From her construction to her battles, the Texas witnessed defining moments. Her legacy lives on in the hearts of visitors. She reminds us to preserve history for future generations. The USS Texas, the last surviving dreadnought, is a national treasure.